What's going on, guys? Dan Watson, Learning Cameras, and I want to kind of run through 3 methods that I think are really going to revolutionize how you take photos. And looking back at kind of how I got started in things, I think these are the 3 things that really took me from that beginner level and really started to begin that growing process in me. And I started taking some much better pictures after this. And so let's kind of dive in a little bit, but this is more for your beginner to intermediate. If you're more of an advanced user, go check out like my Sony A9 review and some cool lenses with that. That's fun stuff for you. Everybody else, let's kind of get started and see how we can really work on getting to the next level in our photography. Now, the first one is so cliche, you're gonna dismiss me, but don't yet, because I'm gonna tell you how to do it, and that is practice. And obviously practice is gonna be key to learning anything, but let me tell you the best subjects for learning photography, and that's gonna be kids and pets. They are so unpredictable. They will go anywhere and do anything. It is really the best way to go. Find yourself a pet, find your kids if you have any. If not, find a neighbor, a friend who has some kids they want to take pictures of. Who doesn't want that as a parent? And you're gonna start working on your photography. You're gonna put them by a window, you're gonna put them in a sunset, you're gonna take them to the beach or the park. And we just vlogged a trip to the beach that we took the Sony A9 and some other cameras out there and took pictures of our kids. We're still doing it today. It's awesome to have some great pictures of your kids, and it's also great to be able to learn to photograph even more. So you can check that out as well, but that is gonna be a great way of doing it. Who doesn't want better pictures of their kids? Now that's gonna force you to improve a couple of things. And one is gonna force you to nail your exposure in changing environments. So we're gonna get out of auto and we're gonna start getting into our other settings and exploring those. And that's because these situations are gonna really make things tough. Getting by a window, your camera is gonna wanna do something different. It's gonna wanna make the photo too dark if you have this big white bright light in the window. And so we're gonna have to manually override those settings, and this is gonna teach us how to do that. Also, the other thing is gonna be autofocus. Autofocus is something in most beginners don't even think about. The camera just decides on what to focus on. However, when we have subjects and we're using good lenses, we need to tell the camera what we're taking a picture of. So we want to get, it's still autofocus, but we're going to be selecting our individual points, and we're going to be telling the camera, this is what you want to take a focus, this is what we want to take a picture of. You're going to be learning your single and servo modes. And so this is going to really kind of get you out of that box and begin to learn your camera, is taking pictures of kids and pets. The second thing you need to do is get yourself a wide aperture prime lens if you do not have one. The most popular one for Canon, Nikon, and Sony is going to be their 50mm f1.8s. And they're cheap. They're about $100. You can pick up one of those and it's going to revolutionize the way that you shoot. 35mm f1.8s are also a good way to go, but you want to get yourself a lens that is a prime lens. So what that means is it does not zoom at all, and it's going to have a wide aperture of f2 or lower. So 1.8 is going to be the most common one. If you can afford it, some 1.4s or even wider is going to be a great way to go. But if not, the f1.8 prime lenses are going to be unbelievable. Here's what that's going to force you to do. You don't have a zoom. So if you want to change your focal length, you're going to actually have to move. And it's going to teach you to be creative, to find things to shoot through, and to do some really cool stuff with that. Also, with a wide aperture, that's going to mean more light into your camera. And so it's going to allow you to shoot later at night, indoors, in darker light, and you're going to be able to pull off nicer shots in those circumstances than you could with a kit lens. Also, it's going to let you blur out that background. So what you see in a lot of pro imagery is that background that's just blurred out completely, nice bokeh, and that is going to allow you to do that with those wide aperture lenses. That is going to help you learn your focus modes much better and force you to be able to get into aperture priority or even manual mode in order to control that aperture and get it to get the look that you want. Now, the last thing is you need to find friends that are photographers or groups that you can join. Facebook is a good place to go for that. Find them, go shoot with them, take them out. Anytime they're going to go shoot, you need to find a way to be their bag carrier and just go watch what they're doing, experiment with them, have them take some pictures of you, ask them if you can borrow their camera and take some pictures of them. This is going to be the way that you learn. Check on Facebook for some groups that are local. If you find whatever camera you have, go look for Facebook groups about that camera. You're going to get to see other people's pictures taken with that camera, and you'll be able to see some of the awesome things or maybe not so awesome things that people are doing with that camera. I started one for the T7i and 77D. I'll put a link below if you want to join that group if you have that camera, but those are great places to learn, ask questions. Those are other people that are using your cameras. We're in Central Florida. We're looking at starting one, my wife and I. So if this is something that you're kind of interested in, let me know in the comments below, but we're going to be starting a group, probably this fall because it's so hot right now, and looking at going out, doing some shooting, doing some lessons and that kind of stuff with the cameras. There are these things going on all around, but I want to be able to start one that's going to help you get from that beginner stage to the intermediate. So those are the 3 things that I think really improved me when I was making these steps, and I think they're really going to help you. So take that, learn it. Thanks for watching, like and subscribe. We got a whole lot more to come. There's tutorials on here that we have coming up, and hopefully you can become a better photographer and really take better pictures, not of anything that you want, your family, your friends, imagery, landscapes, whatever you want, enjoy it. It's all fun. And so yeah, always learn, always grow. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned.